Last game, prime time, elimination game on NBC. USC and Notre Dame. At BetOnline, the Irish are 3.5, 65.5 the total. I've never seen a schedule like this before. 6 games left for the Irish. And last week, Navy was ranked. I think they'll get back in the rankings at some point. That means 5 of the last 6 games will be against ranked teams. USC, NC State next week, Miami, Navy, Stanford, and the only cupcake, if you will, which you can't call it a cupcake, is Wake Forest. How tough is that schedule? Christ, Notre Dame might be in this playoff discussion even if they lose 2 games, because here comes 5 ranked opponents the rest of the way. Not a good spot for USC. They stopped the 2-point conversion to beat Utah at home, but oh man, look at the injuries. The loss at Washington State and Pullman, they had 3 offensive linemen out. Now it's the defense that's banged up.
Oh yeah, banged up. That's putting it mildly. They practiced earlier in the week. They had a grand total of 1 regular contributor at defensive tackle. Okay. You have cluster injuries on the defensive line. Brandon Peely, Josh Fatu, Kenny Bigelow, and on down the line. I mean, it's really a problem. Marlon Piloto. I mean, it is a significant problem for USC when you have cluster injuries on the defensive line, taking all your top talent out. And oh, by the way, where's Notre Dame's strength? On the offensive line. Their offensive line is good as any in the country. Notre Dame ranked number 5 in the nation in rushing, number 2 in the nation in yards per rush. And they don't do a lot of QB runs. They're not getting the big plays from a mobile quarterback. They're mostly lining up and blowing teams off the line of scrimmage. You look at that offensive line, a couple of first rounders and Mike McClinchy, Quentin Nelson, likely to go in the first round of the NFL draft coming up. So when you're talking about a team that should have a dominant edge in the trenches at the line of scrimmage, and oh, by the way, they also get Brandon Wimbush back after their bye week, although Ian Book did play a pretty decent game in the win over North Carolina.
I don't watch the coaches' film, but the people who do are saying Darnold's having a good year, even better than last year, but because of the injuries and some of these fluke turnovers and his wide receivers not helping him out, that he's been great on film and having a good year. Maybe because of all the Bryce Love and Barkley attention, he can kiss the Heisman goodbye. But in any event, if they can run the table, he's still going to get a lot of votes, and maybe they can make the playoff. They will if he runs the table. But the problem has been these wide receivers and stretching the field. Yards per catch with USC, Burnett, 12.8, Mitchell, 14.5, and then you see Carr and Vaughns and these other guys. Problem is a lot of these guys have been in and out of the lineup, and they haven't practiced together too because they've been hurt. So not a lot to like with USC so far. The one thing I do like, and actually the only thing I can like, their biggest game was against Stanford, and they brought their A game and blew them out. Other than that, lost to Washington State, lucky to beat Utah, struggled in some other games, should have lost at home to Texas. Notre Dame's good, and Wimbush is back. I know the backup played against North Carolina. I don't like the spot. Notre Dame's off a bye too, Teddy. So everything screams Notre Dame to me in this spot.
No question which way we're leaning in this one, Pauly. And when you go back to that yards per catch, throw that graphic up one more time real quick. Look at the USC yards per catch. There's nobody stretching the field for the defense. And they've been able to run the football fairly effectively, but they're not getting the quick strike touchdowns. Compare that, let's say, to the graphic we showed early in the show about Oklahoma State's receivers and the big plays they're making. USC's receivers haven't made those plays, and if they don't make them this week, the Trojans might well be in trouble.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.